All right, wanted to provide an additional update on my 2022 Lowrider ST. I've made a couple more changes after some previous little videos I've done, so I'll do a review and talk about a couple of the changes I've made that I'm pretty excited about. But I guess first off, just if anyone cares or wants to know or is looking at one of these bikes, like, I gotta say, I'm really digging riding this thing. I've had quite a few Harleys, and this one out of the box has been pretty great. With relatively little modification has been even better, so really stoked about that. Most recently, my most recent update that I had done was a Star 3030 cam. I had started off on this thing with a Thunderheader exhaust and an SNS intake or air filter, and also a Power Vision 4 tuner, which is fine. And but however, I think the sound wasn't really there. The combination of those things did wake the bike up a little bit, and I had heard this, adding the cam really made a huge difference. With the Star Racing cam, that particular combination for me, like the top end, like the top gears, man, it's just really smooth. And this thing for me, I live in the Bay, splitting lanes at 85 or 90 miles an hour, or not splitting lanes, but just highway riding, maybe splitting some lanes, whatever. But going high speed, like I like to do, kind of sport touring kind of deal, is like, it is so fun with that cam. So can't say enough good things about that. The other change I made recently was I had added some Thrashin 6.5 inch risers as a direct swap with no cable swap, kind of right off the bat. But I did go ahead and update the bars to the Thrashin high bend bars. I had some from an old FXR that were coated gloss black that I just got coated, like a flat, to more match the risers, and installed those, as well as some 1-inch riser extensions that they make for those risers. I think the total height on these is about 12.5 inches, and obviously with that modification had to add new cables, and maybe extend the cables a little bit, the wires a little bit. But I gotta say, like, this setup is kind of more like I'm used to, much comfier than the stock bars. Really digging it. Looks great, feels great, all that. I also added what I would call a traditional clutch cable, and what I mean by that is with a traditional adjuster down here. I got rid of that newer Harley clutch cable that has the funky adjuster with the plastic piece. That thing's a piece of shit, and my clutch had slipped, and that made it worse. That was like kind of right out of the box and really disappointing. I think those things are dangerous, honestly, and I couldn't wait to switch it out. I'm really glad I got a more traditional setup there, where you got to use the two little wrenches to adjust. It's just way better. So a couple other things that I've done just in review that I really like on this bike is I've added a JRI monoshock. It's raised it up a little bit in the back. That's been really nice. One thing that does, though, is highlight how shitty the front end is on these things. This is it's quote unquote inverted, but I mean in this application I don't think it really means anything. It's still a Showa damper front end, like the rest of the 39mm, 49mm Harleys, like, that have been around for a long time. So I can't wait to upgrade this front end. I haven't done it yet. I did kind of move the forks a little lower down in the trees just to add a 1/2 inch of ground clearance. I feel like this thing kind of like is just naturally low to the ground, not the peg clearance, so like but more like the frame is just kind of sits low. So I'm really looking forward to I got a set of GP cartridges that are +2 inches on the way, and I'm also going to swap that for swap the fork tubes for black +2 fork tubes, or black coated fork tubes. I think it's going to look great. I think it's going to handle even better and add a lot to the bike. But that's kind of my main beef with this thing right now. Other than that, I'm really digging it. At the time when I switch the front suspension, I think I'm also going to get the wheels coated black. I'm not really digging the bronze or copper or whatever that is. So we'll take care of that. A couple other things. I ended up getting another clear view shield, the tall one, the V2 that kind of aligns more with the fairing. And I gotta say, like, this clear view shield to me is a big game changer for this fairing. I wasn't really digging the wind coverage on this fairing before, at least not like compared to like an FXRST D fairing, but this thing is much improved with this shield, and it feels really good on the highway. Maybe it's placebo, I don't know, but I feel like I can hear the music a lot better with this taller clear view compared to really, I mean, I've tried a couple different windshields on this thing, and it's great. So I really like it, and it enhances the whole experience for me. So yeah, really looking forward to a couple other mods, the suspension, completing that, and you know, hitting the road and doing some long trips this summer. I'm really stoked. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this bike, and I'm really enjoying playing with it a little bit, and riding it a lot more. So you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.